Whoa, yo, what's up?
Hi.
Hello.
Oh boy, we're doing.
I'm mesmerized still by that GIF.
Awesome puppet pal. Puppet pal.
A swinging when you pee.
Beat it, doofus.
Lester's possum pals.
Okay, so now that all the doofuses are gone, and only the cool people remain here.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Goofy movie.
Goofy movie.
Wow, that's pretty good. Good podcast.
Okay, under a minute. Good. World record. We speedrunned it.
All right.
By everyone. Good night.
No, but seriously.
Oh, wait, so I can't end the recording now?
No.
All right, I guess we should give some more context. We watched the Goofy movie, and for anybody born after the year 2006, the Goofy movie is a movie with Goofy and his son Max, who you don't know exists.
Max really just kind of phased off of the face of the earth after the 90s died down, didn't he?
Actually, it's 2003. Anybody from 2003 would be 18 right now, so...
What's his last appearance? Was it House of Mouse?
Yeah, it's where he was living his dream job as a valet.
Well, the fun thing about House of Mouse is, like, canonically, like, that was the last thing Max was in, and that's when he was his oldest. Because that was, like, he was an adult out of college at that point, and he was a fucking valet working under Mickey.
Because he probably has debt. That college he went to hosted the X Games. That could not have been a cheap college, and I don't think Max had the grades for a scholarship.
That makes sense.
Hell no.
Yeah. So yeah, Max probably ended up committing suicide after not being able to pay his debt because Mickey doesn't pay workers proper wages, and
he was lost to the darkness.
Oh, he was lost to the darkness. That's what happened.
Yeah. That's his station of awakening right there behind Cheapy and Jack. Roxanne's on there even though she's only in one movie and not relevant after the first movie because he goes to college. She goes to better college, that's why she doesn't see him anymore. She studied.
Roxanne was such as a child and you see this movie, you're like, oh, Roxanne, she's one of the main pivotal characters of the Goofy movie franchise. And she's in like 2 scenes in the first movie and has barely a personality other than she's kind of shy.
She got like 3 minutes of dialogue in the whole fucking movie?
Yeah, and think about it. One of those scenes wasn't even Roxanne, it was a dream sequence.
Yeah, it wasn't even the real Roxanne.
I want to say the one thing I like about Roxanne, they weren't cowards when they designed her and they gave her the biggest, doofiest nose imaginable.
Yeah.
I respect that. I want to go into.
That's why Max went to go see Power Schnoz in concert.
I want to go into Goofy movie universe and I want to boop, like honk her nose and see if it makes like a clown horn sound.
Yeah. Objectively, we're not here to talk. This isn't the Roxanne movie. This isn't the Max movie. This is a Goofy movie.
This is kind of the Max movie.
Max is a plot device. Goofy's the real star.
Okay. Let's talk about Goofy.
You know what? I want to talk about the fact that Cable just learned today that Goofy's last name is Goof. Like, his name is actually Goofy Goof.
I don't approve of that.
You don't have to approve it, you just gotta accept it.
Nope.
But yeah, movie is about Goofy and his son Max, who Goofy's an old Goofy fart from who knows when, and Max is a hip young teenager in the 90s, so he's very oh, gosh, Dad, I'm just gonna skateboard and do kickflips and listen to fucking Green Day and you know like that shit.
Hey, don't forget, he slammed a dunk during a song.
He did slam dunk during a musical number.
He moonwalked quite a bit in this movie.
Yeah.
And air guitared.
Now, while we get through this real quick, I just want to summarize PJ's character real quick. Oh man, my dad's gonna go ballistic. That's all you need to know about
Pretty
PJ.
good, Rob Paulson.
Yeah, it's Rob Paulson character.
I mean, PJ is a pretty good character in like the show, but like in this movie, he's just kind of there.
He's like
cool in an extremely goofy movie.
Yeah.
he's like Max's best friend. That's his role. We also got like fucking well, I just realized first time watching this, Pauly Shore. Fuck. I don't even remember the character's fucking name. Bobby. Like fucking...
Hey,
Bobby Zimmerowski.
I hate that you pointed out that he's me because you're right, Cable, and I hate it.
Damn it, Max. Shut up!
Shut up!
Where's he?
It's the Leaning Tower of Cheese.
Was he in Goof
Cheers,
Troop?
ladies. No.
He was a movie exclusive character like Roxanne.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was just in the Goofy movie.
Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, so
It's even weirder when you realize that he actually graduated. Like, no, he didn't actually graduate. He's older than the rest of them. He didn't graduate. He dropped out, but he still hangs in the halls and sells weed.
So, Batty, I just learned something that you're not going to be happy about.
What?
A Goofy movie is canonically related to Hunter x Hunter, so this is probably something happening in the Dark Continent. And my logic for that is, I was looking up Pistol Pete to have information on Pete's daughter to say, oh, she left with Peg. And one of her powers, it's listed as manipulation. She is a manipulator. Nen exists. That's how this works.
Pistol has a Nen type.
Oh fuck! I don't want to think about the implications of that, Cable.
It's an enhancer.
Who do you think actually runs Greed Island?
I would be amiss to say Goofy is 100% a specialist, Batty, and his Nen ability is to just give him luck that all situations will work out for him.
Now, question: does Peg canonically divorce Pete?
She just disappears. We don't know where the hell she went. She went to Boca.
She found better things to go do.
I mean, she fucked Goofy several times in the series.
Yeah. Goofy, we need to establish something. Maxie, your son, excuse me, Maxie, your father doesn't make love. He fucks.
Also, when you're looking up information on his wife, if you're trying to find information on Peg, don't just look up Peg Pete Goof Troop. You'll find something.
Oh. But yeah, there's been like a lot of like, we make jokes about like Goofy, how he gets a lot of like pootang, but like there's like canonical stuff in the Goofy universe, like
Yeah,
We saw he kissed the mailman full in the mouth.
Yeah, Goofy Mailman like going around. That's the end of that statement.
let's start going into the movie. Max, in his brilliant harebrained scheme, decides that today's the day he's gonna talk to the girl he's been stalking him the entire year of school.
It's the 90s, Cable. Stalking is considered romantic at this point.
Not the way he does it.
Kind of equivalent to how Helga does it.
Helga
You
is
know
10.
what?
You know what? She does get that pass, doesn't she?
Helga is
Helga's
10.
10?
Max is probably like close to graduating age, so 17, 18 at this point.
I looked it up. Max is currently in the Goofy movie. Max is 14, turning 15, and then the next year, going into an extremely Goofy movie. It's a 4-year time skip.
Oh.
So Max is 18 when an extremely Goofy movie starts.
Okay, so there's time skip
Because
happening.
he's 18, turning 19. I guess his birthday is in the summer.
Alright, so a Goofy movie, he's a freshman.
Yeah. He's a freshman, which means he's probably been stalking Roxanne since middle school.
By the way, if you get attached to Roxanne in this movie, don't worry. She's definitely not an extremely Goofy movie. The plot device of this film meant nothing all along.
I will say, I do like that Max doesn't actively have a love interest in an extremely goofy movie.
Same.
It's actually kind of interesting where it's like, oh wow, you know, it literally is, he kind of grew up, he got past his first crush, and now he's trying to, like, actually make something of himself with, like, extreme sports in college and shit.
Oh yeah.
That's when he's in his dorm room, and he's like, what could be better than this? And his dad kicks his door in. That's right, Maxie. Your father's here to continue his loving escapades.
Like, Dad, what are you doing here? I'm gonna fuck your librarian.
What am I doing? The librarian. That's.
You might as well put an extremely goofy movie logo up here, because it's seeming like this is just where we're gonna go down this rabbit hole, too.
We can reference the extremely goofy movie and then cover it later.
I mean, it's kind of inevitable. We're gonna talk about both.
Yeah. Let's take a timeline on Max's life. So, you have Goof Troop. I only saw a couple episodes of Goof Troop. So
Actually,
not great in it.
Actually, Batty, you want to take a real timeline on Max's life? You got to go back a little further.
Oh yeah, go back to like the 40s or
You have Goofy Jr.
Yeah,
and then something mysteriously happens to him.
Goof.
When something happens to him, then we get Max.
I think one of them actually is called Max though back then.
No, there's two. So there was Goofy Jr. and then it got redone to be Max. But Goofy Jr. is still technically canon to the Goofy universe. Max is Goofy's second son, and they never explain what happens to Goofy Jr.
They never explain what happens to Goofy Jr. Or do they ever explain what happened to Goofy's wife?
I don't know. I'm assuming she took Goofy Jr.
No, I can tell you what happened. She's living with Caitlin.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm on the wiki right now, and it says apparently Max is supposed to be Goofy Jr., but that's kind of suspicious.
That's what I was saying. They just kind of renamed him.
Hmm.
I like my theory that she took Goofy Jr. and left. Because Goofy did have a wife back in those old cartoons, Batty.
He did.
Yeah.
You never saw her face, but he did have a wife. Those cartoons were fucking brilliant.
Like, apparently he had an on-again, off-again relationship with Clarabelle Cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the 60s, his wife's name was Glory B, and then it's Zenobia in the 80s.
So wait, was he cucking Horace Horsecollar?
Yeah. So apparently Goofy's been married 3 times. Or at least he's been married with an extremely Goofy movie being his 3rd wife. Goofy's had like 3 wives.
Damn.
So either Goofy's
Chaz
getting
Spencer
divorced, or Goofy's a Black Widow, and that's why he doesn't have to worry about working.
That's why he's hanging out with Chaz.
Maxie, learn the perfect cast, and also keep your mom's finger bone in the spa.
Don't you start with me. Don't you start with me, provider.
You gotta keep him under your thumb, Goof.
What if I keep him under Max's mom's thumb?
That's even
Wait, hold on. Betty, did you just last name a username?
Yes, I fucking did.
We always last name Daddy.
Yeah,
Well, that's because he even calls himself that.
I call myself
Yeah.
Eddie, but I'm gonna start calling you Wisdom, motherfucker. Don't you test me.
Don't fucking do that.
You get his name right, alright? It is Chobu.
It will evolve from a Nerf sword to like a wiffle bat.
Max Chobits.
Daddy, how would you feel about having Wiffle come back at you?
Don't talk about Wiffle. It's knowing our Bug 6 Bones upload schedule is probably gonna be like next fucking like August when they fucking see next Bug 6 Bones, that Bug 6 Bones episode.
That's true. Go watch Bug 6 Bones. It's pretty good.
Yep.
I hear we tell jokes sometimes.
No jokes. It's completely serious campaign.
No, we've not even started talking about this. We've been talking about Goofy's fuck life.
Yeah.
You want to talk about like Max's weird fucking dreams about the girl he stalks?
I'm gonna be real with you, Cable. I love this movie. This is after rewatching it, it holds up surprisingly well. very much so would rather talk about Max's or Goofy's like fuck life.
There's honestly not a lot to actually talk about when it comes to this movie.
Fuck you, there's tons, but
Yeah.
We could, I don't think we need to recap the movie. It's just one of those things where it's like, I really don't know what to say about a Goofy movie other than
I want to talk about that dream sequence. So this is a '90s movie with a '90s kid. Why the fuck is he dreaming about this girl like it's a 1950s film?
he's Goofy's son.
they needed to have so they needed to introduce the movie as what is happening, because I don't know who this girl character is. Why is Max older? Why are they in a whimsical field? And oh god, he's turning into a giant monster Goofy. It's a dream sequence. It's it's the all factor.
They could have done it in a far more realistic way. It could have been he goes through he goes through his drawer and he pulls out the photos that he's been snapping of her throughout all the years he's stalked her. Today's the day I'm gonna finally talk to her.
The
But you
stalker.
see, that would make him an unequivocal stalker.
The thing.
He is though.
You want the
What if
actual
he-
reason, Dan? The reason is they need to tell, the audience that Max Goof is embarrassed by his father.
He
know
opens his
that.
closet. He's got a bubblegum shrine made to her.
That's the thing though, Batty. That's what Goof Troop was there for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but for those who didn't see Group Troop like me, for the most part, I fucking didn't know that shit.
Anyway, did Goof Troop come after or before Goofy
Before,
movie?
Before.
yeah,
Okay.
Goof Troop was 1992.
All right, I needed to make sure because I thought I remembered it coming after the Goofy movie.
Although if it came after the Goofy movie, that might explain why Peg wasn't in the movie.
Yeah.
No. Maybe she was just on vacation. Maybe she took the daughter to fucking camp or something.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, she
They're in Boca.
They're in Boca. Actively, you know what? We never did see Pete's house. It could have just been as simple as we just didn't see Peg and her daughter, and Pete
Much
then
written
was like,
out.
"Oh, I'm taking the boy camping for a father-son thing." So it's maybe she just wasn't in the movie.
Pretty
She
much.
might still be with Pete.
So basically, what it was, Pete just felt like going camping and fishing, and he brought his boy servant with him.
I think in the next movie, don't they actually show that like what Pete's house actually looks like? It's way bigger than Goofy's house.
Yeah, he's got
oh.
technology out the ass.
Yeah, and it has that real fucked up line where he's like, "Go on, son! I can't miss you if you don't leave!"
Damn.
I always remember that because that was one of the most fucked up cartoon dad lines to ever hear, which is, "I can't miss you if you don't leave."
So, looking at the Goofy Goof Troop extremely goofy movie pipeline, Goofy or Max Goof ages in real world time, right? So
Kind of.
he's 11 in the the original Goof Troop, and then you fast forward a couple years, Goofy movie happens, he's 14, 15. Fast forward a couple years, he's 18, 19.
Puberty was hard on him.
Wait, I thought he was in high school. He's saying 14, 15 in high school?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how
it's
old I was in high
freshman
school.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 14 freshman.
Same.
15 around I started high school when I was 15, I think.
So it depends on if your birthday falls in winter or summer.
Yeah.
So for
Oh.
spring and summer people, you would end up going earlier.
Was
Winter
Max
people
a
usually start
freshman? I don't think it ever mentions what grade he's in.
So he would have to be a freshman, probably just going into his sophomore year.
All right, so
he's 14.
boy's making a huge impression as a freshman. I mean, go off, I guess.
I mean, he's
You-
doing it. He's got the whole school
I'm
on his
gonna tell
back.
you. I'm also gonna tell you this right now, Chibi. What you do as a freshman is what sticks in everyone's mind for the rest of your school years.
You know what? That's fair. I'm just a hermit.
Actually, him being on TV probably set him up to be the fucking, no pun intended, top dog of his
What
school.
he's
so
Chad.
they introduced it, and everybody in the school makes fun of him and picks on him, even the nerds. But then he does the power line thing to fuck with the school assembly, and all of the kids are instantly on his side. which
Yeah.
Even the Star Trek kid was like, "You're such a nerd. You'll never talk to her." Meanwhile, he's like, "I'll show you how you do it." Yo, Stacy, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, baby.
but like fucking like as dorky as the power line thing was, the idea of like fucking over a school assembly would like in fact get you like every kid in the school on your
Oh
side.
yeah, no, he's gonna get invited to all the fucking parties just for doing that shit.
Yeah.
He is
He's
going
gonna
to
get
now
the-
peak in high school because of the popularity he received.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
he's gonna just- Is that why he becomes a lumbersexual?
That's why he becomes a lumberjack. He peaked in high school.
Okay, we need before we continue, we need to talk about the fucking BuzzFeed article.
Do we though?
This
No,
is Mac.
I want
He's
to.
doing well now. Look at
It's
him.
canon. It's
Family.
canon.
It's
We
not
really
fucking
don't.
canon. BuzzFeed is just
Pretty
weird.
canon.
It's not canon.
No,
Shut
Walt
up.
Disney came back to life and said it's canon.
And then he went back to hell.
You look up this
No, if you're Batty,
Yeah.
if you're gonna say it, put it up on screen then.
shit. I'm getting the picture right now. Hold on.
I posted it in
You want
chat.
the proof? You want the proof? Okay, all you have to do is like look at Kingdom Hearts 3 lore. If you go to Arendelle, you can see in the background lumbersexual Max is in the background chopping down a tree, and you just pass by him.
Look at this send. Look at this fucking send. I fucking hate BuzzFeed so fucking
Why did
much.
he have Oliver with him?
Because
Why I think this like fucks with me because whoever wrote this article, this is what they find attractive in people. The fucking lumberjack beards with like the fucking hipster stashes, and then like, who the fuck drew this shit?
I still can't get over it. The one thing that bothers me more than the lumbersexual Max picture is the picture of him just in like the fucking. I saw it on Easter. It's him walking into Jesus' tomb, and it's like, damn, he really ain't in here.
oh wait, I just remembered because I was looking at the images here. The timeline is slightly off. So there's Goof Troop,
Yes.
but then there's also very Goofy Christmas. Don't forget that was a thing.
No,
Oh, that is
you're
a
thinking
thing.
of Wish Upon a Christmas, or like wait, was it
No,
Mickey's
very
Once
Goofy
a
Christmas.
No, there's a goof troop. There's a goofy one.
There's a
Yeah.
Goofy
There's
Christmas.
a Goofy Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm
I
actually
forgot
unaware of
about
that
that.
one.
No, I actually have that one somewhere. I forgot about that.
And it has Kid Max.
Wait, no, you're okay. So, Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas was a collection of different shorts, and I think you're talking about the specific short that was in the collection.
Yes,
Maybe?
there's a short in Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas called A Very Goofy Christmas.
Yeah.
Right.
But it is still the technical next stage after Goof Troop.
Yes.
Apparently, there was a Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas. That Max, it's a CGI sequel to that, and
don't count.
Max, I think, is older than that.
Doesn't count because it's CGI. We're talking about the animated
It
Max
is
that
pretty
goes from,
bad-looking fucking CGI.
We're talking about the Max that goes from baby boy to high school creepy student to X Games star to valet to lumbersexual. That's the canonical timeline.
He fell from grace so fucking far.
Yeah, and like a phoenix, he rose from his ashes after being a valet.
Fuck you. Fucking hate you, Cable.
Alright.
So which part of this is when he falls to darkness?
So, you know what? I would say he starts his descent into darkness after he takes over the assembly, and then his principal's like, get that boy's father on the phone. And then he calls him like, your son's going to man prison if you don't step up, goof.
He was like dressed. He was like dressed as a pop star, and the principal is literally like, "Your son started a riot because he dressed up like a gang member." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
And then
Did you see all those? They had to censor the movie because they knew that kids were going to be watching. So originally, when he was hopping fences, he had guns with him.
they've been laughing since I can remember. But they're not gonna laugh anymore. Wear a red shirt tomorrow. Alright, can I just take a moment to say something before we go back on this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Every song in this movie was fucking great, though.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I'm kind of cynical in my like crotchety 20-something-year-old age, to where I have a fucking hate boner for like a lot of the Disney properties I grew up with. I still legitimately like love a Goofy movie. It soundtrack is fucking baller.
Yeah,
My
it
favorite
slaps
Disney
like hard.
film. This is my absolute favorite Disney film, followed by like, probably followed by Emperor's New Groove.
For me,
this
it's this, Emperor's New Groove, Lilo Stitch, and Extremely Goofy Movie.
So
Yeah.
Goofy movie has a weird thing. It does something very odd that I can't really understand what they were thinking when they were doing this movie.
Yep.
Because if you follow the plot line, it's pretty by the books and it's a very standard like movie.
Yeah.
The animation is fantastic.
Yes.
The animation's top notch, and someone clear, like, they actually had writers who understood humor and comic timing.
The people, this was an example of a movie that you could tell that almost everybody who worked on it loved doing their job.
Like, I can imagine people like storyboarding this shit just in a room, and they're like actually laughing and having fun.
Yeah,
Because
it's not the standard Disney film.
and even for like the time of its era, like, yeah, he skateboards. That's just like what was cool to be a hip young '90s youth on a skateboard.
It's like,
But-
so if you're not if you didn't grow up like during like the 90s or early 2000s, you have to understand that you're gonna have to watch this movie as a period piece.
I didn't wasn't fucking like in a like Amazing Spider-Man and some shit. Wasn't Peter Parker like skateboarding home? Like, I'm such a nerd.
Yeah,
Something like that.
So you know what I think I could explain to you that I think is really good about this movie, Chibi?
Hmm.
Every character has a believable reason for feeling and acting the way that they do.
No, they do.
Like Goofy has a genuine reason for feeling like Goofy is worried about his son, and it's believable that he'd be a little overreacty to everything that's happening.
yeah. And
Max is
right.
finally
oh, go on.
Max is finally having everything kind of go right for him. So it's a little like believable that, you know, he'd want to stay where everything's starting to get better for him with like people in school.
And
was,
like,
was the line that Goofy said is like, I was when Max is like, I have my own life now, and Goofy was like, I just want to be a part of yours.
I know you have your own life, Maxie. Just want to be a part of it.
and
That
like,
is genuinely heartbreaking.
That
Yeah.
is genuinely heartbreaking.
Yeah.
that's like the emotional apex of the film.
Yeah.
But like, it's like, it's cool too, and I really like this because it's like, Goofy is very loving of his child, but he's also very protective. So
He's super out of touch
and
too.
he's super out of touch. So when you have his peers, like Principal, like Maze or whatever the fuck his name is, or Pete, like, who are very authoritative, like, figures that like don't really mesh well with children, and they're like basically telling Goofy, you better be harsh on your, or you better be like fucking harsh on your son, or else he's gonna turn out to be like a fucking gang leader or something. Goofy takes that shit to heart.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Yeah,
doesn't
he's
want,
serious about it.
yeah, he doesn't want his like son to like fucking like, you know, be put into a situation.
End up in the electric chair.
Yeah, like literally he is fully convinced that his son Max will be sent to the electric chair because he hijacked a school assembly to perform a pop song in front of the student body.
Mazer has no idea what a gang member actually looks like, and he just told Goofy that Max strolled in like a gang member, and Goofy probably had a very realistic idea of what that's like because, you know, his wife was taken away to the stars.
He hangs out with Donald and Mickey. He knows exactly what a gang member looks like.
Yeah, Donald, fucking Mickey will cut somebody up without a moment's thought. And Donald's running around with three little fucking like dangerous ruffians on a constant basis.
There's a reason why you don't see Mickey or Donald when Max is around, and that's because Goofy tries to keep him away from them.
Yeah, Donald's uncle runs the cartel.
Can we
Oh my god, contact Max.
can we talk about the different races in the Goofy universe? Because
Dog.
you got
Dog, cat.
mostly dog. Like almost every single person in Goof Troop and the Goofy movie are dogs. Then occasionally you'll have cats, which like Pete, Rob Paulson. Was Peg a cat?
What? No.
Yeah, she was.
Peg?
Yeah, she was just. She didn't have the ears. It was covered by her hair.
I don't know.
I will look it up, but I'm not putting Peg Peyton again.
I'm pretty sure Peg and Pistol are dogs.
I'm pretty sure she's a cat, but I'll find out. I'm looking it up. Keep going.
But I do think it's very weird when you mention that, considering the fact that like Mickey, Donald, and Goofy are all a part of the same world, which means that Duckburg exists.
Yeah.
So is there like some weird segregation going on?
There are subsidies.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just like, so whatever town that Goofy lives in, it is vast majority just dog people. Like,
Oh shit.
One super rich asshole cat.
I think dog people are the majority and all the other different animal races are the minorities.
I don't know, because Duckburg is like, again, it has a bunch of duck people.
Yeah, but
Bunch.
Duckburg,
St. Bernard's got a good mixture, I think.
nobody.
They're mostly duck, but it's got some good mixture.
Yeah. You have the duck people, and then you have mice and rats. There's
Megavolt was a rat.
there's a distinction.
But there's others as well. There's like raccoons. There's all sorts of other like animal people because DuckTales shows them.
Yeah, we mentioned Clarabelle Cow earlier too. Where was
Clarabelle
she?
Cow,
in
yeah.
World War II?
But yet possums
she's-
are still possums in this universe.
She's giving birth to her son Mizai Storm. She can't be there right now.
Yeah, that's possums are just actual possums.
They're just feral possums, and I love them.
I bring this up every fucking time. There are dog people and there are pet dogs.
Yes.
Listen,
Yeah.
Dan, I've already told you this. The reason that they can become dog people is because they channel the ancient Disney prophecy of when you wish upon a star, you will gain unlimited power. They made Wood into a boy. You telling me they can't make anthropomorphic dog men?
But I'm
Yeah,
just.
and then he made an ass of himself.
But the majority of people in this universe are anthropomorphic dogmen. So did that many people just get a wish upon a star, or did they all
Look, Fairy
descend?
Godmother's busy, Batty.
Maybe Pluto just doesn't want to be like an anthropomorphic. Maybe he wants people to take care of him.
Here's the thing.
Maybe
Here's
he's
what I'm
into that.
thinking of. I think
More of a problem than we thought.
I think there was a diversion in the evolutionary tract to where at some point a dog wished upon a star to become sentient, and then it kept interbreeding with other dogs that did the same, and then you have the common ancestor of dog, and then now anthropomorphic dog people.
But is that the same for all the other animal people?
I don't
Or
know.
they just existed.
Is there any like mouses or ducks like in anywhere else in the Disney canon that Mickey is
I
part of?
don't know.
There are just ducks and DuckTales. I know that.
I know there's like
Weird.
pigeons and stuff.
And then you have like weird shit like in like the Gumball universe where Gumball and his mom are at a pet store and they're looking at a hyper realistic picture of a cat and they're like, don't think about it too much, dear.
So you know what? If you think
I
about it,
wish they did
doesn't Minnie Mouse have a pet cat, Batty?
She
I think she
Figaro.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, Figaro.
So maybe it's just some animals choose to and some don't. Oh wait, I know what it is. Maybe it has to do with the gloves.
You put the gloves on, you're anthropomorphic.
And
The
then
gloves
once you
make
put,
you a person.
but there's no going back once you put the gloves on. So if you take them off again, you're still gonna stay anthropomorphic. They're cursed items.
Mickey just
The
doesn't
gloves
let
of
Pluto
humanity.
wear gloves.
Yeah, Pluto gets those weird dog shoes in the winter where he has to move his legs like funny little dogs do. They think they're people.
Yeah, because think about it, yeah, Chip and Dale are just chipmunks that talk.
I love dogs in shoes. They're adorable.
Yeah, that's right. Chip and Dale aren't like anthropomorphic. They're just sentient animals.
Maybe they ate a glove because they were like eating clothes somebody left in the park.
They probably
Let's
found a
forget
glove
that
lying
all
around when
rescue
they were
rangers are like that.
Yeah, because they try to. Aren't there actually people in Rescue Rangers? Like, there's actual people.
This is
You
starting to
can
diverge from the Goofy movie podcast.
No, this is important.
We're trying to figure
This
this
is
world
more
out.
important. Also, I'm putting this picture of Peg because when I was looking at like images, I like it because she looks crazy.
You know, Peg's 42.
Great.
There are like actual people in Chip and Dale.
Yeah, Rescue Rangers is actually human.
Here's the thing. I like to think Chip and Dale probably takes place in a different universe.
They're in the newer DuckTales.
Yeah, they're there.
Yeah, but what if it is a offshoot universe? I'm gonna have her like peeking behind the fucking the sign, like the fucking stained glass Kingdom Hearts thing. I don't know what's called, Cable.
Put her by me,
Sorry,
make me happy.
no, she doesn't need to be by Dan. All right, Dan hasn't earned that. Put her over here. It's fine.
There we go.
Hey, you know what? Make the baddie Bobby picture slightly bigger and put Dan on its tongue.
No, we're not.
No.
We're not doing that.
No.
Dada!
Shadow Wizzy!
Okay, I'm gonna look up whether Peg's a cat or not, because this is bothering me.
No definitive answer. I looked it up. There's no classification on what she is. They never actually state what it is.
All right, here's the way to look. Here's the way to look at it. How about get a picture of Pistol?
No, see, I get what you mean, Dan. They do look like dogs, but I swear to God, they're supposed to be cats to some degree. I think they're supposed to be like mangy feral cats is what Pistol is. But they never, ever state exactly what it is. But if Peg is a dog, nobody say anything to me. That means PJ is cat dog, and I'll hear nothing of the sort.
It makes sense.
Wait. So I'm on the wiki right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Status. So
If you see, I know, I saw it too.
it says
I don't think she's dead.
It says she's dead, but there's no like anything on the wiki that explains why.
Yeah,
No,
no, there's only
what?
a theory that proposes that she's divorced, but I think the prevailing theory is that Peg is dead. And I hope it's not something tragic like her and Pistol died in a car crash.
I think it makes more sense that she got divorced from Pete though, because he's like an asshole.
Yeah, she finally had enough of his shit. Wilma should have left Fred a long time ago.
Wilma can't
Doesn't
leave
she,
Fred.
like-
Fred has the keys.
Isn't it part of like the show?
it's-
Like, isn't she just like genuinely in love with Pete? Like, she actually does know that there is some good to him.
She loves him.
Yeah,
But
that's because there is good to Pete.
But
Pete
doesn't
actually
she
can tell he's a
also
cool
kind
dude.
of like Goofy a little bit too?
Oh
listen,
yeah,
she's a
she
nice
does fuck
woman.
Goofy on the side.
Patty,
She's a nice
she wants,
woman.
She wants the devil's threesome.
I think Peg is like, I think Pete's aware of Peg and Goofy, but like he either one of two things happens. He
Can't get it up
watches
anymore.
or he takes the strap. There's no other alternative.
Where's
My
that
God.
peg leg?
He's the authoritarian in this situation, so he likes to be submissive.
Batty, can I propose you one other option I don't think you've considered?
Yes.
What if Peg watches?
God damn it, that makes way more fucking sense.
It's the hot tub scene.
Oh
Yeah, there's
my god, it makes sense.
There was a very tense scene with Goofy and Pete in the hot tub in this movie. And we'll get to that. We haven't even left Goofy deciding that he's gonna go take Max fishing yet. We're barely 10 minutes into the movie, and we've been going
No.
30 minutes.
Again, there's not much here to actually talk
I know,
about.
but we've been going on 30
I
minutes.
mean, we could
about
talk
it.
about how, like, well-written this movie is. We're talking about how believable all the characters' motivations are. And,
We did,
like,
but
how
let's be entirely
sweet-
honest, Betty.
Yep.
The good middle chunk of the movie is nothing but filler.
Well, it's
But
like,
it's fantastic filler.
it's montages.
It is. You know,
It's montage filler.
you had mentioned it too, Batty, that even though there is filler, there is like still some like slight like development in that filler where
Yeah.
Well,
even like when Max takes notices of like Goofy is uncomfortable, but he's putting up with something for Max.
Yeah.
Max makes the choice like, no, I don't want to put my dad through this stuff because he is trying. Like he's trying to meet me halfway. So Max tries to meet him halfway.
Yeah, there's like subtle character growth. There's fucking world building. There's fucking killer songs. Like
There's killing in general. They killed a mime.
they
killed
killed
a mime.
two people in this movie. They killed the mime, and then Max during the climax of the movie fucking electrocutes that one security guard, and then he falls to his
Yeah,
death.
he's
hundreds of
dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
he's
also
super dead.
There's also the actual corpse that got out of his coffin from the hearse and started dancing on the top
Yeah,
of the
but
car.
they weren't responsible for that one. That
And there
was
those-
that
We weren't
was
responsible for that, but that was an actual corpse.
that was
who came to
Goofy.
life for a musical
That was
number.
Mickey and Donald's. That's why they were on the road, because they just got done executing a motherfucker who.
That's what I say. That's the power of a musical number in a Disney animated film.
that you can sneak shit by like that. It's
I
a-
fucking love this movie.
Long and short, they have father-son bonding. They have their moments where it's like, oh, hey, we're not so different, you and I. And the thing I will say is, it doesn't feel cheesy.
No,
If it
they
does,
bonded
it's
over
in the
glowing
right-
mermaid boobs at the motel.
Like,
Yeah, over glowing mermaid boobs, and Goofy was believably angry at Max.
regardless of how like dorky like 90s stuff and how poorly it's aged, in this movie, like, if you like just take a step back and realize this just was what was cool at the time, everything makes perfect sense. And like Max, even Max like being a little dorky, like, is still like something that makes sense, because he's like a teenager, right? He has his own brand of dorky.
It really didn't age that bad. There
didn't.
wasn't a joke. You know what? It was mentioned. I don't know who said it while we were watching it. There was a thing that could kind of go on with like movies and stuff around this time period. There was, I think, maybe one overall fat joke in this entire movie, and it was weird that they didn't grab the low-hanging fruit for a lot of this movie. They actually tried with the humor.
Oh yeah.
Pete going into the hot tub.
Yeah, and it's like people always putting too much water in these
That's a
things.
great line.
Well, like, that's the thing, because I think it was Chibi. Like, Pete is fat, and, like, he is, like, a dick, but, like, he's not a dick because he's fat. And to give, like, Pete credit where credit's due, you can tell that motherfucker is very comfortable in his own body.
Yeah,
He
you
wears
would
it well.
If you walked up to Pete, if you were trying to insult him and you called him fat, he would just like brush that shit off, like, yeah, like,
Nice.
fat,
He'd
and guess what? And your wife loves every inch of this.
Yeah, he'd look at you like, I ain't fat. I'm gargantuan, just like my paycheck.
Larger than life, Pete.
Now, actually, I kind of want to stick on Pete for a moment. Pete, like,
So did Peg.
What?
Continue.
Okay, I was just gonna say, Pete, like, is, like, a somewhat of an antagonist in the film. He's kind of a dick, but, like, I don't know why in, like, other Disney properties, how they keep making him, like, a villain. Because at worst, he is just kind of a dick.
That's it. That's all it is. He's just a jerk, like, for the most part. But
At best,
he is still Goofy's friend.
he is still Goofy's friend, and he still wants what's best for Goofy. And he has been a very nice person, or a very, like, good friend to other, like, members of the Disney cast in other situations.
Really only Mickey he fights with.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's because Mickey is an asshole.
he is good.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
It's that thing, Patty. Mickey is basically Mr. Disney. Pete keeps having to be the villain because Mickey's mad at him.
Yes, Mickey is the reason. But, like, that's the thing. Even Minnie he's friends with. There was, like, that one scene in House of Mouse where Mortimer was, like, hitting on Minnie and she wasn't having any of it. And then Pete, like, fucking makes out with him, like, when he's not looking to fucking, like get him to, like, run off and stop messing with Minnie.
Yeah, Pete's a fucking bro.
Yeah.
It's
Pete's
not
chill as
as
shit.
bad as you'd imagine.
The only thing is he's kind of hard on his son, and that's the worst of it.
He's hard
Yeah.
on everyone, but he means well.
Yeah.
He means well by it. Like, he's not mean to his son because he likes seeing his son miserable.
No.
It's probably how Pete was raised, the firm hand will keep you out of prison sort of mentality. And it's like, he doesn't want PJ to have to... What he wants from PJ is for PJ to grow up and not have to ask anybody for anything because he can be his own self-made man the way Pete is. And that's
Yeah,
not a
that's
bad
pretty
thing
fair.
to want.
Well, like,
No, it's not bad at all.
you look at PJ, and, like, he's a lot different than Pete, but, like, he's turned out to be, like, a really good kid, like, all things considered. Like,
Yeah.
like, hate or love Pete, his, like, parenting hasn't, like, screwed up PJ in any way.
PJ
You
still
could
can
probably
be his
also
own person.
tell. You can probably also tell there might have been at one point even like if like Pete telling PJ but like, look, I could probably like harden you and shit, but at least I didn't send you to military academy.
Yeah. I could see like Pete being sent to military academy when he was a kid.
He probably was. Pete was in the military.
And I do remember an old Goof Troop episode too, where PJ was concerned about his grades because he thought he failed a test or something.
Yeah.
Like it was like around when he first met Max and stuff, and he's so worried about it. And I think when Pete found out he failed, it was just like Pete was upset with him, but it was more he was upset with Max because he's like, you're like, I know my son can do this. You've been kind of a distraction for a bit, so you guys can't hang out and do this until he can kind of pick some stuff up. And then the second he picks it up, he's like, of course, I knew you could do this. All right, so what is it you want? I'm not gonna not give you a reward for doing good when I knew you could do it in the first place. And it's like, realistically, if you see your kids are hanging out with somebody that's distracting them from doing something good, you might have to ixnay that a little bit. It seems fucked up when you're a kid, but when you get older, you kind of put two and two together, like, yeah, I can see why I probably wasn't allowed to hang out with that type of person, because they probably would have done something worse. And it's not even like Max is a bad influence, he's just like, you need to kind of focus more on this and pick this up before, responsibilities. He taught PJ how to be responsible. I don't think Pete's a bad, character. I don't think he's a bad dad. I think Mickey's just petty and he's like, alright, we're gonna make a new Disney property. Minnie, you're the beautiful side piece. I'm the hero, obvious. Donald, you have a bit of an anger problem. You kind of fight everything. You can be my second in command. Reasonable dad? Go shovel the shit. You're gonna be the shit-wielding psychopath who comes in and gets killed.
Hey, Mickey, I kind of don't like this, I think I can stand up for myself and, carry this industry pretty good. You're gonna get sent to the dark dimension, Pete.
Go talk to the head of HR. Hello, Pete.
Okay, here's another thing. Mickey, why don't you just spot, your one of your best friends in the whole wide world who, puts up with your shit and stars in all of your fucking movies? Why don't you just give him a little side cash every now and then when he's in financial trouble? It's not that hard, Mickey. You could just, maybe, put, Goofy in a better living situation so he doesn't have to fucking work back-breaking, jobs.
Maybe Goofy doesn't ask.
Goofy?
I was gonna say, is
Yeah,
what if Mickey's one of those kind of individuals who doesn't believe in handouts?
But, Mickey's loaded.
Yeah?
If Goofy doesn't believe in the handouts, that perfectly makes sense.
I mean, it's still a valid thing if Mickey doesn't believe in it. It's
It's
Goofy
just-
seems like the type who wouldn't ask for it.
He wouldn't. He feels like the kind of guy who would want to earn his wealth.
Yeah.
Oh, you want some money, huh? All right, you know what to do? Not the Pluto costume. Give it.
Did you just... Oh god, I had a flashback to that one scene from Yu-Gi-Oh! Where Kaiba makes...
Joey in the dog.
Yeah,
costume.
Kaiba makes Joey wear the dog suit.
It's who does that, not Kaiba.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Is Mickey Kaiba confirmed?
No, we like Kaiba.
Can I say one more thing on this movie that I do like?
Yes.
And it kind of shows a bit of the integrity from Max. Because I joke about Max Goof, obviously, but I do like him as a character.
Yeah,
I think
Y'all
he's an
joke
interesting
about
character.
Max.
I respect at the end of the movie, he gets away with his scheme and could have lived off the lie scot-free, yet he still owns up to the fact that that was never supposed to happen in the first place.
Yeah.
Goofy does give him good advice on that shit too. Well, if she decides that she doesn't want to understand what you went through and everything, then maybe she just wasn't the one.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of he went through hoops to get away with a lie and then still told the truth, and that is commendable.
Yep. I think it also helps that the crush in the movie was mutual. Roxanne also had a crush on Max. And then that's the fucking thing that I love, because at the very beginning of the movie, Max is like worried about that he's going to end up becoming his father, and he's going through puberty, so he notices like little things like him starting to develop like his same like weird goopy laugh, and that shit is like he's so insecure about that shit. But at the end of the movie, he does it, and Roxanne like actually starts laughing too. Like she actively likes that. Like, or it's not as like Goofy or like Max shouldn't be insecure about that shit.
I told you the yuck is like contagious. That's how Goofy gets every single like. I've made the joke.
Maxie. That's why your mother never says no.
Goofy works at the fucking photo place in Target or Kmart, whatever the fuck it is he's at.
Definitely Kmart. They did a blue-eyed special.
He works at like the fucking child photography booth because he's just hitting on moms left and right. You know why that whole population in the town is mostly dogs, Batty? Because genetically all of them are a goof in some way, shape, or form.
Now, Jack, don't you love that the Goofy movie is completely canon to DuckTales reboot?
Yeah, it really is.
I need to watch the fucking DuckTales, the new one, because it looks good.
There's an episode where Goofy shows up, and he is a photographer still, and he pulls out pictures of Max and Rox, and it's actually scenes from the Goofy movie.
Wait, if he pulls out those pictures, that means Max is canon in the new DuckTales.
Yeah.
Which means he's been rescued from the darkness.
Canon too.
I don't care about her. Max has been rescued from the darkness.
Yeah. He did it.
That's why we can't find him, Chibi. He's been saved. Now we just gotta get Mr. Mosby.
Yeah, because one of the pictures is when they're on the roller coaster.
No. I have to ask.
What's that bottom over your son with a beard? We don't talk about that one.
No, I was just about to say, what if that was the final episode of DuckTales? Like, they're all trapped on the moon. It's like, how are we gonna get home, Uncle Scrooge? And then you just see another rocket show up, and you see Beard and Max step out. Anybody need a lift?
No, we're good.
Well, alright. Well, if you need me, just, stand outside there. I'll find you.
Oh, God.
What lumbersexual Max and DuckTales?
Fuck you. Fuck you. Go fucking die. Go fucking, like, suck on a metal, rusty titty.
I bet you if it was Neko Max, you'd be all over it.
Fuck you. Max is already technically Neko.
Isn't that just Skinny PJ?
Don't you start with me, Jack. Fucking
remember PJ from the
dog
from
piece
Goof
of shit.
He's doing good now.
Look up
He's got a family. He wants to go away.
I gotta see what there
I
is.
have absolutely nothing against cat people. Thank you.
I love PJ. PJ's a great part. PJ is a good character simply because he doesn't do or say much, but he never overstays his welcome in a scene.
And I have nothing against dog people either, you filthy mutt.
Oh my God, we have our own Goof and Pete right here.
Actually.
Fucking shit. Okay, so you know what else we overlooked? We kind of overlooked. Did we even talk about Max's surprising upper body strength that he was able to hold up PJ?
Oh, fucking Max and Roxanne go on a date in House of Mouse.
Yeah.
Does that mean they're still together, or?
Maybe she's the reason he became a lumbersexual. She seems weird enough to be that.
She has a bunch of romantic novels. They all got lumberjacks in the cover. They only get is it Bounty Brand?
Bounty Brand
has the lumberjack on the package.
Oh my God.
Brawny! It's Brawny.
You know what I just remembered? Like
What?
something like you can definitely tell that PJ is Pete's son. Because remember, like in an extremely goofy movie, remember the girl with the beret who ends up being like his thing moving forward.
Yes.
PJ knows what he's doing. He has Pete's charisma. They don't give her a name, by the way. She's just called Beret Girl.
Really?
Yeah, she has no name,
Mm.
but she is canonically dating PJ.
Well, I'm glad
Wow.
PJ got a lover.
He got a beatnik goth girlfriend.
Fatty, is it kind of weird they kind of reused that design a little bit for that CGI Top Cat movie with Panther?
Don't you start with me, Dan.
Bringing up Top Cat.
Stand out.
PJ really did just get the goth girl. Like he was, yeah, this was a movie made in like the 90s, early 2000s.
Ugh.
And I'm just looking through Goofy movie pictures.
So, what all can we really just say about it besides the fact that it's just a terrific fucking movie?
There's a
That's still-
Sasquatch.
There is a Sasquatch!
There's
It just kind of happens.
I laughed as hard as I did when I was a kid when I saw the Sasquatch scene when he was like dancing to the Bee Gees in the background, and like it was like muffled.
It is a good scene.
Cause it's like they're like so like downtrodden, and then just out of nowhere, just Sasquatch dancing to Bee Gees.
No, Cable pointed out that there was that one-eyed monster joke that just passed by everybody.
Yes, joke. You see.
Yeah, I could put that.
You know, it's really sad that there was so much to be had in like a Goofy movie with like all the fun characters, all the fun moments, and then we just get Bradley Upper Crust the Third in the next movie.
I thought that was your favorite character at the table.
I love him because he's so fucking extra. I don't remember who voices him though, but I feel like I know who it is.
He's unapologetically an asshole.
I need to know who his voice is.
Chad Huffington of the Huffington Pants fortune.
It's Jeff Bennett. Sorry.
Mm.
Jeff Bennett. Who is Jeff Bennett? He's Petrie from The Land Before Time.
Wow.
Oh,
And he's Dexter's dad.
Oh my
oh no
God.
shit!
Oh.
Dexter's dad is Petrie?
He's Dexter's dad. He's Kowalski from Penguins of Madagascar.
Oh my
Oh.
god. He's Brooklyn from Gargoyle.
Oh shit!
Hold on.
This guy's been in some shit.
Yeah, no, he's got a pretty like well established role. Let's see. You guys can keep talking. I'm just gonna look at who he is. Actually, in the DuckTale reboot, he voices Chip and Dale.
Huh.
Interesting.
And he's Christopher Robin.
Fuck.
Motherfucker sniper thing.
I'm damn with this range.
That's some damn good voice talent right there.
Yeah.
He is Johnny Bravo himself.
He's Dr.
You know what?
Hamsterville.
Wait, so
Dr. Von
the Johnny
Hamster.
Bravo voice, that is just kind of like a like the Dexter's dad voice, isn't it?
Yo, that is an impressive fucking vocal range. I didn't even know half those characters were the same voice actor.
Yeah, it's strange. He's Lumiere.
Lumiere.
No shit.
Oh wait, no, since the original Lumiere's death, so he took over the role as Lumiere.
Oh. So he's probably like sequel Lumiere.
Yeah, he's sequel Lumiere. In the DuckTales reboot, he's Monterey Jack. And in Once Upon a Christmas, he's also Mortimer Mouse.
You know what? I think at some point we should just like have a good time and play the Goof Troop game on Super Nintendo.
Fuck you.
No, he's Piglet.
Wait, wasn't the Goof Troop game actually good?
The Goof Troop, it's actually not bad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's
It-
Piglet.
It's more fun than you would think.
Wait,
Alright, I'm done looking at his
He's
voices,
Piglet?
but I'm...
He's Piglet.
you
I
think
want to at least put forward one final one.
Yes.
Ace from the Gangrene Gang.
Oh,
No shit.
Jack, can I give you
Yeah.
one more? Because I just found this and I know you'd love it.
Okay.
He's Twinkle the Marvel Horse from Dave the Barbarian. So it's like, Twinkle, what are you doing? Every night, I close my eyes hoping that I will dream, but I just see nothing but everlasting darkness. It's been so long.
Picture of this man?
Yeah, get a picture. Let's give this man the respect he deserves.
Let's give Bradley Uppercrust the Third some fucking love, because you know what? This dude's got a good voice range. Jeff Bennett, everybody.
You know what? Here's to you, Jeff Bennett. You have been a part of our childhoods.
You've been in a little bit of everything.
Look at this beautiful motherfucker. I'm gonna shrink him down. Who wants to have them on their desk?
You know what?
I'll take him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan, you can.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
Dexter. Have you seen my trophy? Mom's in the kitchen.
Oh shit, he was the summer ween trickster from Gravity Falls? Shit. Oh my god. Damn, this dude's done...
Welcome to the Jeff Bennett cast.
We might have to, because this dude, like... No, like, the voices are part of the reason I do love a Goofy movie so much, because everybody puts so much life into their characters.
Oh, yeah.
Even in an extremely Goofy movie, like, it doesn't lose that thing that the first movie had. Like, they gotta see
Not only that,
right.
the animation is beautiful in an extremely Goofy movie.
Like, very few, like, we've talked about this before. Disney movies can be okay, but Disney sequels are very hit or miss. An extremely Goofy movie is an example of a sequel done right. It is absolutely good.
Unlike Krunk's New Groove.
I like Krunk's New Groove. I will defend Krunk's New Groove. It's just something about hearing fucking... Oh, why can't I think of the dude's name?
Patrick
Warburton.
And something about hearing Patrick Warburton go, but Poppy will be so worried. I like Krunk's New Groove.
Said that to get a rise out of you.
Know how I feel about that movie. Let's see.
But I don't know. Did we just do a summary? Just kind of like, not summary, but just kind of some nice thoughts on this. But overall, no, I still stand by the fact this is my favorite Disney film.
Eye to Eye is the song of a generation. I'm just saying.
It really is. It really is.
I still think probably Emperor's New Groove is my favorite, just because I love how scummy that movie is and how like fucking awful the characters are. Not like awful, badly written, but like Yzma, like Cusco are a treat, Kronk's a lovable idiot, and then Pacha is just is John Goodman, which plus in my book. But I'm not talking about that movie. I'm talking about this movie. It's probably up there, number 2, maybe number 3. But
I will say, Yzma's like my favorite Disney villain of all time.
Yzma's so good.
Yzma, I wish they would bring back Yzma. Stop making Pete your villain. Make Pete like a good guy, and make Yzma like.
I mean, I don't think it'd be the same anymore, would it?
And like
No,
Pacha's,
Eartha Kitt unfortunately passed away.
Pacha's wife is like mwah.
Yep.
But Goofy movie. It's in my top of like favorite Disney movies. It doesn't neg out the first because really there will be nothing else that beats Toy Story for me. Like I just love Toy Story way too much. But Goofy movie is a strong contender. It's a Disney movie I will always recommend. It and an extremely Goofy movie hold a very special place in my heart. I think the music is better in a Goofy movie, but I think the animation's better in an extremely Goofy movie. But back to back, they're just a very enjoyable evening you can spend if you want to watch 2 Disney movies.
Well, if we listen to each other's heart, we'll find we're never too far apart.
Maybe love is the reason why, for the first time ever, we're seeing
eye to eye.
Way on the open road.
Anyone else want to give their 2 cents?
You haven't your 2 cents, Jimmy?
All right. Well, I since someone's got to be contrarian, I'll be the one. Despite all of the good that Goofy movie does, like its pacing, its animation, the story in general is all in all pretty solid. Maybe it's because I've seen it several times, but to me, this is a very, while good, forgettable film. There are moments where I remember watching these scenes and I forgot that they were even present. It's something that you can very easily put on in the background, and it's nice to watch, but as a movie in general, it doesn't do anything special.
And can you explain to us why live-action Mulan is your favorite Disney movie?
It's not. I absolutely hate it.
Okay.
I really remember more about the fucking Recess movie than this one.
The Recess movie's stupid.
Stupid.
Ninjas!
They beat them with fucking soda and shit.
I hate that fucking movie so much. I hate
love
that
it.
fucking movie so fucking much.
great.
I remember Meet the Robinsons more than this movie.
I don't like Meet the Robinsons.
I do.
I
I'm not
like Meet the Robinsons. It was funny.
I'm not a Meet the Robinsons guy.
I like that one scene from Meet the Robinsons.
I hate these ones.
You know the one scene, right?
The one scene. Hey, Goop, how's it going? Want to hang out at my place? They all hated me.
Hey, Goof, want to hang out at my place? They all hated me.
That's the thing about movies. They're made to be enjoyed. Some people will like them, some people won't.
Yeah.
But overall, they
I'm
do
not
bring
saying it's
joy to
bad.
everybody who sees them.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just it's forgettable in my eyes.
Oh, yeah. It's just one of those things that I always say where it's like sometimes for people a movie will just hit all the right notes, and that doesn't necessarily make it a good or a bad thing. It hit every single note for you.
Yeah.
This one doesn't hit every note for me, but it gets a lot of them to the point where it's like I will probably never forget the Goofy movie just because I do love it so much, and its music is constantly in my fucking head anyway.
I mean,
I will say, Chibi, it's probably just a difference, like, between, like, what you look for stuff and what I look for stuff.
pretty much.
But I like, remembered every fucking scene from this movie.
I was gonna say if we come back with a podcast for Emperor's New Groove or Treasure Planet, you know I'm throwing haymakers.
Oh,
I'm fighting for those movies.
fuck yeah.
Go fight for those. You know what? Let's put on a movie that we all can get behind and sing a song to. Let's watch the classicest, most old schoolest, perfect Disney movie to ever exist.
Konami.
Fuck you, Jack. End the podcast. Podcast over. Nobody talk anymore. Jack.
Still going.
God damn
It's
it.
still going because Betty refuses to turn it off.
I thought I hit the end record button.
No,
Hit the
everybody
end
said
record
bye
button.
except Jack. Jack's on timeout.
Jack,
Bye.
you're on timeout.
Bye.
No.
Bye.
Bye. Wait, do I actually hit end recording?
Yes.
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 Oh god, Batty, you have no comedic timing.
Bye.